Welcome to the Nobody Guide to Life, where we provide tips and tools for personal growth, personal development, and your spiritual journey that you can use right now in your everyday life. I'm J.A. Plosker. Thank you for joining us. You can always find out more at nobodiesview.com and thenobodybible.com, or you can check us out at Twitter and Facebook at Nobody's View. Our show notes are at nobodiesview.com, and if you like what you hear, we'd welcome a subscription or a review. We'd appreciate it. So today is Earth Day. Now, according to earthday.org, Earth Day started in 1970, and it marks the birth of the modern environmental movement. Now, I know for a lot of people, including people that I know personally, April 22nd is a time when they raise their awareness of the earth just a little bit and think about things that they can do to help out around the earth, our home. I don't think there are special candles to light today or any prayers we say or songs we're supposed to sing. There's no formal donation rules. It's up to each person to decide their sustaining contribution will be. So as I researched Earth Day for today's show, it got me thinking about the concept of gratitude for things we normally take for granted, like our little planet here. So much about the environment these days is political. And religion and spirituality are even in the mix when it comes to the environment. You know, people fight about global warming and whose fault it is, and people disagree on the purpose of the earth even. You know, is it ours to exploit and dominate? Or is it a living, breathing organism that needs our care? Or is it something in the middle? So fingers get pointed, people get angry. You see headlines about this every day, every minute. Though those are probably really important discussions to have, but that's not really what this show is about. There are other podcasts I'm sure that you can listen to hear more about those things. Here, what we're interested in is the tip or tool that we can use right now. And that tool, at least that comes out of Earth Day for me, is gratitude and a sense of respect for the things that sustain us, anything in our lives that sustains us. See, no matter what your political leanings are, Democrat, Republican, Green Party, whatever, and no matter your religious leanings, Jewish, Christian, Buddhist, you only have those beliefs available to you because you have an earth sustaining you. If earth could no longer sustain humans, it would no longer sustain the bounty of human ideas. That just makes sense. So I was thinking today, Earth Day, don't think about the environment as a political or religious issue. Think of it as a day to be grateful you have a home. You get what I'm saying here? You probably have a physical home you live in. Maybe that's where you're listening to this podcast. You know, whether it's an apartment or a freestanding house, and hopefully you treat it with respect. You know, you clean it up, you insure it, you protect it from burglars and pests, you decorate it and make it your own. And when kids trespass on it, you shake your fist wildly and tell them to get off your lawn. You know, we have entire TV stations devoted to fixing up homes, decorating our homes, making our homes beautiful. Your home is there for you after a long day. It's waiting for you to fall onto the couch. Your house is indifferent to your political leanings. Your house doesn't really care about your point of view. It's just there to protect you. Well, why is the earth any different? As debates about global warming and pollution rage on all over the planet, the earth just keeps on spinning, sustaining. It provides a home for us to have all of our wonderful ideas, arguments, disagreements, and anything else we care to do. It's probably indifferent to us to a point, but it sustains us nonetheless. So why don't we clean it up? Why don't we insure it for future generations and do small things to keep it safe and protected? So today, I don't want you to get all twisted up in polemics on Earth Day. I don't need to know your politics or your environmental leanings. I just want you to do a simple gratitude exercise today. And here it is. Go outside into the rain, the snow, the sun, whatever you have going on around you weather-wise, and just stand still. Just get yourself all settled there. Okay, next, push your toes down into the ground and just feel the solid earth below you. Yes, for those of you in colder or wetter climates, you can have shoes or boots on while you do this. And just take 10 seconds and appreciate the solidity that's been under you since you came to this planet. Just take 10 seconds and appreciate that solidity and focus on it. Now, in whatever way makes sense to you, just say thank you. Okay? The last step, get on with your day. That's it. I'm not sure how we've come to a place where taking care of and showing respect for the place that takes care of us has become such a divisive issue. It's like watching, I don't know, it's like watching people argue about who put the hole in the boat as it sinks beneath the waves instead of pulling together to get the life rafts in the water. And consider this. I want you to think about this. If the planet can no longer sustain humans, the planet isn't going anywhere. We are. So Earth is going to continue on its journey around the sun until its journey ends. And I think that's something worth thinking about. We tend to take the solidity of the planet for granted. We assume that the oxygen we need to breathe is always going to be there to put words in our mouth to speak. We assume that there's always going to be something stable under our feet to support all the wonderful things we love to do, the places we live, the trails we walk. So today, let's forget about the politics of all of this. Forget about the polemics of all of this, as we said. Let's just try to be grateful for what's right under our feet, to become very, very mindful and aware of the planet that's underneath us. In fact, I want you to take that gratitude tip and I want you to expand it out to your everyday life. Find a person in your life who normally goes unappreciated. It could be a friend, it could be a parent, it could be a teacher, it could be the person at the coffee place who always makes the coffee just the way you like it so that you can get on with your day. Reach out to that person at some point, today, Monday on your way to work, and just give them a thank you. Or if you're allowed, give them a hug and just tell them how appreciative you are for all that they do for you. So there's something very, very practical we can do. There's a very practical takeaway from today that I think might not only change your life, but the person who's on the receiving end of that gratitude. See, we stand on solid ground because the earth is below us. But when I really stopped today in my research and thought about it, it really became clear that we as people succeed in life because many people stand with us. And I want you to practice gratitude for both on Earth Day 2018. And remember, you can always find out more about what we're doing at nobodiesview.com or thenobodybible.com, or you can reach us on Twitter and Facebook at Nobody's View. If you like what you hear on the podcast, please consider a review or a subscription. We'd really appreciate it. Keep practicing and have a good week.